Something unusual and frankly a little shocking is happening at dealerships across the country right now. Brand new SUVs, including the latest 2025 and 2026 models, are just sitting there, untouched, sometimes gathering dust for months, even over a year. Buyers aren't showing up, and dealers are feeling the pinch as floor costs continue to rise, making the situation even more painful. So, which SUVs are piling up the fastest? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Using the latest Market Day Supply data, we're breaking down the top 15 SUVs that are sitting unsold and why they're struggling to move off dealer lots. Trust us. Number 8 might surprise even the most seasoned car enthusiasts. If you're new here, hit subscribe now. The automotive market is changing faster than ever, and staying ahead of these trends can save you serious money and headaches. Let's jump in and see which SUVs are really struggling and why. Let's kick things off with Buick's three-row family SUV. According to CarEdge data, the 2025 Enclave has 181 days of market supply, with over 13,000 units sitting idle at dealerships across the U.S. This year, the Enclave received a full redesign, but one decision is causing major headaches for Buick. They replaced the smooth V6 with a turbocharged four-cylinder engine. Here's the issue. With an average price around $50,500, buyers expect a refined, premium driving experience. Instead, the new Turbo 4 feels loud and rough, with power that often seems underwhelming. While it's rated at 328 horsepower, acceleration is sluggish, and there's noticeable turbo lag when you need it most. The problems don't stop there. Reliability is a major concern. Multiple owners report brand new Enclaves breaking down within weeks. One vehicle stalled in the middle of the road just 14 days after delivery due to a transmission leak. Another suffered complete transmission failure at only 600 miles. Electrical issues, malfunctioning trunk sensors, and oil leaks have all been reported across various vehicles. Next up, at number 2, we have the 2025 Mazda CX-90. This SUV replaces the beloved CX-9 and, on paper, it should have been a home run. It offers a premium interior, upscale styling, and an available inline-six engine. But unfortunately, there's a catch actually. Several catches. First, the pricing. With an average selling price around $48,400, the CX-90 is expensive for a Mazda, edging into Lexus and Acura territory. Second, the plug-in hybrid version, which Mazda is heavily promoting, has been plagued with reliability issues. Owners report electrical glitches, charging problems, and software hiccups, and the hybrid system simply isn't as smooth or refined as buyers expect. And here's the thing, even the non-hybrid versions have problems. Consumer Reports gave the CX-90 a reliability rating of just 1 out of 5. Complaints include suspension and steering issues, transmission problems, and malfunctioning in-car electronics. Mazda is clearly trying to move upmarket, but so far, buyers aren't convinced the CX-90 is worth the premium. Coming in at number 3 is the 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Lincoln's compact luxury SUV. Right now, it's sitting with 199 days of market supply, with over 11,600 units gathering dust at dealerships across the country. Lincoln has been working for years to revitalize its brand, and the Corsair was supposed to be a key part of that turnaround. With an average selling price around $49,900, the Corsair is positioned as Lincoln's entry-level luxury SUV. On paper, it has the look and features to compete in the premium compact segment. In reality, however, the Corsair is struggling with reliability issues that are turning buyers away. Owners have reported problems with the drivetrain, in-car electronics, and various leaks and unusual noises. The infotainment system has been particularly frustrating. Some owners report that the screens take forever to boot up. Sometimes they start immediately. Sometimes it takes 2 to 3 minutes, and occasionally the display gets stuck on the boot screen, forcing a complete restart. At nearly $50,000, that's far from the seamless, luxurious experience buyers expect. When you consider the competition, the Corsair starts to fall short. The Lexus NX offers better reliability, The Acura RDX feels better built, and even the Audi Q3 manages to deliver a more premium in-car experience. Lincoln clearly aimed to make the Corsair a contender in the compact luxury SUV market, but right now, it just isn't living up to expectations. At number 4, we have the 2025 Kia EV6. Kia's all-electric crossover that was meant to mark the brand's big breakthrough in the EV market. Right now, it's sitting with 200 days of market supply, with over 3,200 units piling up at dealerships across the country. When it first launched, the EV6 generated a lot of excitement. It won awards and received rave reviews for its sleek design, modern interior, and impressive driving range. It was considered a value-packed entry into the EV segment, offering a competitive alternative to more expensive electric vehicles. So, why is it struggling to sell now? First, price. The EV6 now carries an average selling price around $49,200, making it far less of a bargain than it used to be. Early buyers were drawn to its combination of performance, style, and affordability, but recent price increases and dealer markups have eroded that advantage. Second, competition. The Tesla Model Y dominates the compact EV crossover segment with a more established reputation and widespread charging network. Meanwhile, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, which shares similar technology and performance, is often priced lower, making it an attractive alternative. In short, while the EV6 was designed to be Kia's flagship electric vehicle, rising costs and stiff competition are slowing down sales, leaving plenty of inventory sitting at dealer lots. Coming in at number 5 is the 2025 Volvo XC90. Volvo's flagship three-row luxury SUV. Right now, it's sitting with 201 days of inventory, and nearly 17,000 units are idling at dealerships across the United States. That's a lot of unsold vehicles for a brand that has long been synonymous with safety and Scandinavian luxury. Here's the tough part. Buyers are paying an average of around $71,000 for a brand-new XC90, expecting a seamless luxury experience, only to run into issues that really shouldn't exist in a vehicle of this caliber. Technology and software problems appear to be the biggest headaches. Owners report that the infotainment system frequently glitches, with screens freezing, random reboots, and controls acting on their own without any input from the driver. On top of that, the HVAC system seems to have a mind of its own, turning on and off unpredictably. But perhaps the most concerning issues involve Volvo's safety systems. Some drivers report that the collision avoidance system activates unnecessarily, sometimes slamming the brakes for no apparent reason. For a brand built entirely on a reputation for safety, that's a major red flag. It's worth noting some context for Volvo as a company. Since 2010, Volvo Cars has been owned by China's Geely Holding Group, but it continues to operate as a Swedish brand, with headquarters and engineering still based in Sweden. Despite this, the current XC90's struggles show that even a well-established luxury name can face serious challenges when modern technology and electronics don't meet buyer expectations. Between high prices, software glitches, and erratic safety features, the XC90 has become a tough sell, leaving dealers with far more inventory than anticipated. Now at number 6, we have the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus, Lincoln's mid-size luxury SUV. Right now, it's sitting with 207 days of market supply, and over 13,600 units are piling up at dealerships across the U.S., with very few buyers in sight. Lincoln gave the Nautilus a complete redesign for 2024, hoping it would be a game-changer. On paper, it looks the part. Modern styling, updated technology, and a new turbocharged engine, but in reality, buyers aren't convinced. The problems start under the hood. The new 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine produces 250 horsepower, which sounds reasonable, but in a 4,500-pound SUV, it feels noticeably underpowered. Acceleration is sluggish, and there's significant turbo lag, especially when you need power for passing or merging on the highway. For a luxury SUV, that lack of punch makes the driving experience feel disappointing. Then there's the pricing issue. With an average selling price around $63,000, the Nautilus is firmly in luxury territory. But many buyers feel like they're paying luxury prices for what essentially drives like a fancier Ford Edge, which shares the same platform. That comparison works against Lincoln because buyers are well aware of the connection, and it makes it harder to justify the premium. Add in a competitive market where other mid-size luxury SUVs offer more power, more features, and stronger brand prestige, and it's easy to see why the Nautilus is struggling. Lincoln aimed to create a standout mid-size SUV, but between underwhelming performance, high pricing, and the platform connection to Ford, the Nautilus is having a hard time winning over buyers, leaving dealerships stuck with large amounts of unsold inventory. Next up, we have the 2025 Land Rover Discovery Sport, which is currently sitting with 211 days of market supply. With an average selling price around $53,000, this SUV is squarely in the luxury segment, promising the prestige and refinement buyers expect from a British brand. But unfortunately, the Discovery Sport's challenges are all too familiar and undermine that promise. One of the biggest issues is reliability. Owners report frequent problems with the drivetrain, electronics, and other critical components, making maintenance a constant headache. The base 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine produces adequate numbers on paper, but in a vehicle of this size and weight, it often feels underpowered, struggling with acceleration and highway merges. Add to that lumbering handling and excessive body roll, and the driving experience falls short of the sporty, capable image Land Rover tries to convey. The infotainment system also adds to buyer frustration, with laggy responses, glitches, and occasional freezes, which detracts from the feeling of luxury. Beyond performance and tech, the ownership costs are punishing. Maintenance is expensive, repairs can be costly, and breakdowns are not uncommon. Despite the marketing narrative that paints the Discovery Sport as an adventurous, rugged SUV offering British refinement, the reality for owners is very different. Frequent dealer visits, high maintenance bills, and constant worry about what might go wrong next. For buyers paying luxury prices, the Discovery Sport often delivers more stress than satisfaction, which helps explain why so many units are still sitting on dealership lots. The 2025 Lexus NX plug-in hybrid comes at number 8, and this one might surprise you. Despite Lexus's reputation as the reliability king, the NX PHEV is currently sitting with 221 days of market supply, leaving many units idle at dealerships. So, what's going wrong? The answer comes down to price and value. With an average selling price around $67,380, the NX PHEV is extremely expensive, especially for a compact luxury SUV. At that price point, it's creeping into mid-size luxury territory, where buyers expect more space, power, and advanced features. The regular Lexus NX Hybrid, on the other hand, continues to sell well. It's reliable, efficient, and reasonably priced, hitting the sweet spot for buyers who want a premium compact SUV without overpaying. The problem for the plug-in hybrid is that the electric-only range is just about 37 miles. That's adequate for short daily commutes, but it's not enough to justify the $10,000 to $15,000 price premium over the standard hybrid model. On top of that, installing home charging equipment can add further cost, making ownership even less appealing for many buyers. Furthermore, buyers in the $67,000 luxury SUV segment often expect more than what the NX PHEV delivers. They want larger interiors, more robust powertrains, and higher perceived prestige, which some competitors in this price bracket provide more convincingly. In short, while the NX PHEV offers clean, efficient, and high-quality driving, its high cost relative to its value is keeping buyers away, leaving dealerships with a surprising backlog of unsold vehicles. Next up in this list is the 2025 Jeep Compass, and now we're entering Stellantis territory, where the problems run much deeper than just slow sales. Currently, the Compass is sitting with 222 days of market supply, with over 26,000 units stacking up at dealerships nationwide. Yes, 26,000 SUVs just sitting there. This isn't simply a supply issue, it's a quality crisis. Stellantis, Jeep's parent company, has faced ongoing challenges across its lineup, including numerous recalls and widespread reliability concerns. The Compass itself has been hit with multiple recalls for serious issues, including airbag failures, software glitches, fuel system problems, and transmission malfunctions. Owner forums are filled with alarming reports. Some drivers have experienced vehicles stalling on highways, fuel pump failures, or check engine lights coming on at extremely low mileage. Electrical issues have left owners stranded, sometimes in the middle of their commute. These are not isolated incidents. They reflect persistent build quality and reliability problems across the model. Even aggressive dealer discounts haven't been enough to move inventory, because buyers are cautious. After years of reliability concerns and repeated recalls, reputation matters more than price, and the Compass is struggling to convince buyers that it's a dependable choice. With so many units sitting unsold, Jeep dealers are facing a significant challenge, and it's clear that fixing the reputation for unreliability will take more than just a sales promotion. At number 10, we have the 2025 Jaguar F-Pace, the once iconic British luxury SUV that is now sitting with 267 days of market supply. So, what went catastrophically wrong for Jaguar? Let's break it down. First, there's Jaguar's brand collapse in the U.S. market. Sales have plummeted from around 40,000 units in 2017 to under $10,000 by 2022, reflecting a sharp decline in buyer confidence. Jaguar's reliability reputation is extremely poor, consistently ranking at or near the bottom of every major automotive reliability survey. F-Pace owners report frequent issues including timing chain failures, alternator problems, electrical gremlins, water pump failures, oil leaks, and glitches with the infotainment system. These problems are not minor. They affect daily ownership and contribute to high maintenance costs. Then there's Jaguar's uncertain future. The company has announced plans to transition entirely to electric vehicles, discontinuing its current internal combustion lineup. For potential buyers of a $70, $200 F-Pace, this raises serious questions. Will dealer support be available long-term? Will replacement parts remain accessible? These uncertainties make prospective buyers hesitant to invest in a car that may become difficult to maintain. Depreciation compounds the problem. Jaguars are known to lose value faster than almost any other luxury brand, with the F-Pace projected to drop 60 to 70% in just 5 years. For someone considering this SUV, that's a staggering hit to long-term ownership costs and resale value. Between plummeting sales, a tarnished reliability record, uncertain brand direction, and crushing depreciation, the F-Pace is struggling to attract buyers, leaving dealers with significant unsold inventory. For a vehicle that once symbolized British luxury and performance, this is a sharp fall from grace. We're almost done with the list. Next one is the 2025 Maserati Grecale, Maserati's bold attempt to make a mark in the competitive luxury SUV market. Unfortunately, it's struggling spectacularly, currently sitting with 299 days of market supply. That's nearly 10 months of unsold inventory piling up on dealer lots with almost no buyers stepping in. So, what's driving this situation? Brand perception is a major factor. Maserati has long been associated with reliability concerns, high maintenance costs, and extreme depreciation, all of which scare off many potential buyers. The Grecale comes in at an average selling price around $82 or $400, placing it firmly in the luxury segment. On paper, it looks competitive, but in reality, buyers at this price point have plenty of alternatives. Porsche Macan, BMW X3 M40i, Mercedes-AMG GLC 43, and Audi SQ5. These competitors offer stronger performance, more advanced technology, and well-established dealer networks, making them far more appealing to luxury SUV shoppers. The brand itself is facing internal turbulence. In 2024, Maserati's sales reportedly fell by 39%. Management changes were implemented, and even Stellantis' former CEO openly questioned the brand's future direction. These factors add uncertainty for buyers considering a high-end Maserati. And perhaps the most significant issue is depreciation. Maseratis are infamous for losing value faster than almost any other luxury brand. That $82,400 Scrical could drop to $25,000, $30,000 in less than 5 years, representing a staggering financial hit. For buyers investing in a luxury SUV, the combination of high initial cost, questionable reliability, uncertain brand stability, and rapid depreciation makes the Scrical a difficult sell, explaining why dealers are stuck with so much unsold inventory. At number 12, we have the 2025 Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Alfa Romeo's compact luxury SUV, which is currently sitting with 314 days of market supply. That's nearly 11 months of unsold vehicles lingering at dealerships. Priced at an average of around $57,300, the Stelvio is marketed as a driver-focused SUV with Italian flair, promising sharp handling and a sporty, engaging ride. But here's the harsh reality. Buyers don't trust Alfa Romeo's reliability. The brand consistently ranks near the bottom in major reliability surveys, and the Stelvio has been plagued with electrical issues, transmission problems, and expensive repairs. For a vehicle priced over $57,000, these are serious concerns. Owning a Stelvio often means frequent trips to the dealership and significant maintenance expenses, which erode the sense of luxury and confidence buyers expect. The Stelvio also suffers from Alfa Romeo's ongoing identity and stability issues. The brand is part of Stellantis, which is navigating financial and operational challenges. Potential buyers worry about long-term dealer support, parts availability, and resale value, all critical factors when investing in a luxury SUV. Competition is another major obstacle. At this price point, buyers have alternatives that deliver better reliability and stronger resale value, including the BMW X3, Mercedes GLC, and Audi Q5. These competitors combine proven performance, advanced technology, and reputable dealer networks, making them far more attractive options. In short, while the Stelvio aims to offer Italian style and sporty driving dynamics, its reliability concerns, brand uncertainty, and fierce competition make it a tough sell, explaining why so many units have remained on dealer lots for nearly a year. Next up is the 2025 Jeep Grand Wagoneer, Jeep's flagship SUV, which is currently sitting with 400 days of market supply. That's over a year and a month of unsold inventory. With an average selling price around $96,600, the Grand Wagoneer is positioned as American luxury at its finest, meant to compete with high-end SUVs in the six-figure range. However, the reality is far from the image Jeep is trying to project. The biggest issue? Quality concerns inherited from Stellantis. Owners have reported persistent electrical problems, transmission failures, and subpar build quality, which are unacceptable for a vehicle priced near $100,000. The interior attempts to convey luxury with wood trim and premium leather, but it cannot mask the cheap plastics and materials that feel inconsistent with the price point. When you consider alternatives, the Grand Wagoneer faces stiff competition. For the same price, buyers could choose a Range Rover, BMW X7, Mercedes GLS, or Cadillac Escalade, all of which offer more refined interiors, stronger performance, and greater prestige. In comparison, the Grand Wagoneer struggles to deliver a luxury experience that justifies its steep price tag. This SUV serves as a perfect example of Stellantis trying to charge premium prices for vehicles that aren't fully ready for the luxury market. Between lingering reliability issues, inconsistent build quality, and a competitive luxury landscape, the Grand Wagoneer has struggled to attract buyers, leaving dealers with a significant backlog of unsold inventory. For an SUV meant to define Jeep's luxury credentials, it's a hard lesson in execution, falling short of ambition. The 2025 Subaru Solterra, Subaru's first-ever electric SUV, is the next one on our list. It's currently sitting with 401 days of market supply, which is over a year and a month of unsold inventory. With an average selling price around $41,500, the Solterra should be positioned as a competitive entry in the EV market. But the reality is far less promising. The main problem? Badge engineering. The Solterra is essentially a rebadged Toyota BZ4X, a model that has already struggled in the U.S. market. Buyers see right through it. Expectations for Subaru include reliability, off-road capability, and strong value. But the Solterra delivers none of those hallmark traits. Performance is another letdown. The Solterra offers a range of roughly 220 miles on a full charge, which is below average for 2025 EV standards. Charging speeds are slow, and the interior quality feels underwhelming, especially for the price. Subaru fans, who are used to rugged, dependable vehicles, may feel disappointed with this first-generation EV that doesn't live up to the brand's reputation. Ultimately, the Solterra shows the challenges of a brand transitioning to electric vehicles. Despite Subaru's loyal following, the combination of weak range, modest performance, uninspiring interior, and badge engineering perception has left the Solterra languishing on dealer lots, explaining why it has such a massive backlog of unsold units. And finally, at number 15, it's the 2025 Volkswagen ID.4, which currently holds the unenviable title of the worst-selling SUV on the market, sitting with a staggering 471 days of market supply. That's over a year and 3 months of unsold inventory. A major factor behind this situation is recall history. The ID.4 has reportedly been recalled 14 times, covering a wide range of serious issues. These include door handles that leak water or open unexpectedly, onboard chargers that fail, causing power loss, brake control malfunctions, rear-view cameras that don't operate properly, and even improperly tightened chassis bolts at the factory. The severity of the door handle issue forced Volkswagen to halt production and sales for several months, leaving dealers unable to move inventory while customers waited for replacement parts shipped from Germany. Reliability is another huge concern. ID.4 owners report constant problems, including software glitches, charging failures, and persistent electrical issues that disrupt daily use. Even after purchasing a brand-new vehicle, owners often find themselves dealing with ongoing maintenance headaches. When you combine these recall issues with ongoing reliability problems, it becomes clear why the ID.4 is more than just slow selling. It's a logistical and reputational disaster for Volkswagen in the U.S.'s market. With nearly 1.3 years of inventory sitting idle, dealers are facing immense pressure, and buyers are understandably hesitant to invest in a vehicle with such a troubled track record. For Volkswagen, the ID.4 represents a cautionary tale of ambitious EV goals colliding with execution and quality control challenges. Which one in this list surprised you the most? And do you think we miss anything? Comment down below to let us know. To wrap up, this video is for educational and informational purposes only, based on publicly available sources, manufacturer documentation, and automotive research. It does not aim to favor or criticize any specific brand. As always, verify details on your own, follow your vehicle's recommendations, and make informed choices. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one.